Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Oksana. I run an international recruitment company. I always say that the first impression that employer gets of you, it's your CV, this is your face, and this is what you should concentrate on. But it's not exactly true, because actually the very first impression that any HR manager will have of you is your communication, your email, your text message, your phone call that will be prior to them to see your CV. So just wanted to share with you a few advices to set you apart from the rest of the candidates before HR manager even opens your CV. When it comes to communication, there are two major ways you can reach out to HR manager or recruiter. Let's start with emails. Please note that emails with no text in it will probably go to the rubbish bin. We have a lot of candidates reaching out to us and just sending us their CVs, no even like hello whatsoever, no text in the email at all. This shows that you lack of motivation, you are lazy, you sent probably this email to 1,000 other people, and it does not make me want to answer you because you kind of like deal with it. I sent you my CV, do whatever you want with it. This is very unprofessional. If you are sending an email with your CV attached, you have to include some kind of text in the body of the email. Second, while we are on the subject of text, also note that emails that are too long, I know that it's tempting to try to sell yourself over email, but no one will read your email till the very end. So there is a big chance that information that you actually wanted HR manager to know will be in the end, and they will never get to it. HR managers get like hundreds of CVs every day, and of course they cannot physically read every email, especially if that is long. So when it comes to the text, it should be very straight to the point. It should be very short. So it will probably be like 2-3 sentences, one paragraph the most, plus hellos and goodbyes. And make sure that you have a call to action in your email. Majority of the emails we get in our inbox look like, hi, my name is Peter, I am a waiter, here's my CV, I'm looking for a job. Okay, but there is no call to action. What should I do with this information? This does not motivate me on any level to even give you any kind of response. So when you're writing an email to HR manager or to anyone, any kind of email, any kind of communication, work-related or otherwise, should have a clear purpose. If the purpose is just to inform me that you're looking for a job, then okay, you kind of reached your goal here. But I assume that your purpose when you send email and your CV is not to just inform that you're looking about the job, but get some kind of feedback. Is the company hiring at the moment? Do they have a position that suits you? Is it possible to arrange a call or a quick interview with you? So if you're sending email, make sure that it has some kind of call to action, that it has some kind of question or something that will trigger me to answer you. It does not necessarily mean that all the HR managers will start answering you, but this at least will raise your chances of getting a feedback. Another mistake that we see with emails is that candidates send it to too many people at once. First of all, this kind of emails, they look generic, so there is no specifics in it. And when I see that dozen other people got the same email, I don't feel responsible to even consider or reply in any way to this candidate. Whenever you have an opportunity to narrow down responsibility on a specific person that should answer you, do that. Because otherwise, if everybody is responsible, nobody is responsible. This is how it works. This is the first thing about this. And second thing, this says that you're super lazy, that you are just sending out your CV, and this also says something about your personality, and it speaks about it not in a good way, because this is not professional. Instead, when you're sending your CV, if you know the name of the person, if you know the name of the company, try to make it personalized. Try to refer to a person by name. When it is personally tailored to a specific person or specific company, it shows that you care. It shows that you put some thought and some time into creating this email. This kind of emails look more professional, more well thought, and have higher chances to be answered. And the last one on the emails list is just please do the spell check. There are typos here and there. We are all people, it happens. But with the current technology that literally check everything for you, just make sure that you double check your email before you send it out. This is also something that subconsciously leave a mark on your image before HR manager even opens your CV. Okay, now moving on to the phone communication. And here I want to start with the phone calls. Over time, phone calls with like development of messages became kind of thing for close friends, for super important things, and a lot of people don't even pick up the phone from like unknown number. Plus, when you're calling about a job, you still will have to send your CV for a person to consider. I would definitely recommend to go with messages first. If you want to make a call, set the day and the time for a call. You need to introduce yourself, you need to ask for a call, and then confirm the timing, and then you can call a person. When you can call a person? If you got their number from somebody you know and they know, so it's like a common connection, not 3 or 4 or 5 handshakes away. Second, if you're calling about specific job that you know that is open and you're calling to set up a meeting, you're actually calling with some kind of purpose. Or you can also call somebody if they're expecting your call. So if somebody recommended you and they're waiting for your call, then by all means you can call. But again, I would start with a message to set up a convenient time for both of you. So this way you just will know that a person has enough time to talk to you and discuss whatever you're calling about. And one more thing here on the phone calls is if you called once, I would recommend to follow up by message. This is just more considerate way to go. It's kind of annoying and unprofessional when somebody keeps calling you for follow-up. If you spoke, if you had an interview, please follow up by messages. Of course, you can call once if you're being ignored or if you're not sure that your messages are getting through. Okay, it's possible, but please don't call time after time after time to follow up with HR manager about your interview. For messages, all the rules that we talked about within email chapter applies 100%. But there are a few more. First, and I see that a lot, people are trying to be very polite and they don't want to bother you, and they just send something like hi or good morning or like how are you, and that's it. This is not the way to go. You need to establish what are you reaching out about. You need to tell the person what you want them to do, what kind of information you want to get. Otherwise, there is literally 0 or 1 chance that you will get any kind of response to those messages. Secondly, I'm not sure if this is consciously or not, but some people are sending all the information, but they're sending it like in 10 different messages, like hi, first message, how are you, second message, my name is, third message, and your phone is keep beeping, and this is annoying. This is also not the way to go when you're sending a message. Make sure that you put all the information that you want to say in 2 messages tops, maybe even 1. This way a person can open the messenger, read the message and reply to you instead of getting irritated before he even or she opens your messages. Another thing that is very important when it comes to phone communication specifically, and it does not really matter when you're sending an email, is a time zone. Often I would receive messages at like 11 p.m., sometimes even like 3 a.m. It wakes me up. So when you are contacting anyone, especially if we're talking about international recruitment and there are different countries, different time zones, there is always some kind of time difference, make sure that you consider that when you're texting or especially if you're calling somebody about the job. I didn't go into business English phrases or like how to build a correct email or message. This is another topic. As most of the audience here, most of the people who watch me probably looking for a job in hospitality, this is not your main skill that you have to possess, like business English. You don't have to be profi at that, but your communication still should be polite, it should be professional, it should be clean, and it should help you to get the job, not other way around. Last thing that I want to mention here, my friend told me once that this broke her life when I told her that if the guy doesn't call you back, it means that he's not interested. We girls, we like to think maybe he lost my number or invent dozens of different explanations why he didn't call. But the truth is, most of the times, if the guy doesn't call, he is not interested. I'm sorry to say to you, but same goes for the employers. If employer doesn't get back to you, if employer does not respond to your messages, or they just disappeared after the interview, you can follow up, of course, and I encourage you to do that once, maybe twice the most, if you get the feedback after the first follow-up. If not, unfortunately, it means that the company is not interested. Move on. Don't waste your time. Find a company that would work for you and that you would be a great fit for. This is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel to see me next week.